when we're adding decimals, we need to make sure that we line up our decimal places. So you see for the first question, we have $9.14, $2.01, and 53 cents. So when I add them, you see here, I have just lined up my decimal place, like so. And then I continue just to do my addition as normal. Again, carry my decimal place down. And I find out that at the end I have $11.68, and so the correct answer is B. For question number 2, I need to choose the correct answer for 6.05 multiplied by 2.94. So when I do my multiplication, and I'm just going to skip through the step, you'll see I get 17787 in that order, and you'll notice over here that A, B, C, and D all have the same digits. The only difference is where the decimal is placed. So in addition, I line up my decimal, but in multiplication, what I need to do is simply count how many numbers are behind the decimal. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 decimals behind the digit, so I move my, at the bottom here with my answer, I move my decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, and the correct answer is 1.7787, which is C on our answer key. And you'll notice that because I have 4 numbers behind the decimal place, that is where my decimal goes. For question number 3, choose the correct answer for 33.12 divided by 6.9. 33.12. Now for this, when I do my division, I always need to divide by a whole number. So if I multiply this by 10, I get 69, but because I did that to one number, I need to do it to the other number. So this changes from 33.12 to 331.2. 69 goes into 331. Oh, I did that wrong. 331, 69, 4 times. You see my 4 goes here. And then 69 multiplied by 4 equals 276. And then I continue to do my long division as I normally would, and you'll see that I line up my decimal where it ended up in here. And when I complete this, you'll see my answer is going to be 4 times 8, or 4.8. Okay, and you see how I got my 4. I lined up my decimal, just where I was here, lined it up, and then B is the only answer that fit. For question number 3, place the correct number in the box to make the following statement true. I need to do my addition here. So 2, 1 decimal, and see how this number here, this 4, there's no way to add. I'm adding, so then I know that this needs to be 8, and I'm going to carry my 1 remainder over, so it's going to be 1. And if I complete my addition, that is my correct answer. So 18.12 goes in your box. A package of 7 hockey cards costs $2.97. How much does 1 hockey card cost? Well, in order to find the answer, I need to do division. So I have 294 divided by 7. 7 goes into 29 4 times, 28. Bring down my 1, bring down my 4. 7 goes into 14 twice, and the answer is 42. However, I need to carry my decimal up, and it's 0.42, so 42 cents. A friend divided 1.435 by 5 and got a quotient. That means an answer when I'm dividing without dividing. How do I know that the answer is incorrect? Well, I know that 2.87 is bigger than 1.435, but I divided. So if I divide by a whole number, I cannot get a bigger answer, so I know that that is wrong. Diana's family wants to go to the movies. To make a plan, she phones the theater to determine what the adult and student price is, determine how much it costs for her entire family to go. So I have 2 adults and it costs $8.75. I need to multiply that by 2. And I know I'm going to get $17.50. And then I have 3 students who are going. It's going to cost them $6.25. Multiply that by 3. And when I do so, I know I'm going to get 18.75. And then all I need to do is add those 2 numbers together. Let me have some more space. Ooh. So I need to add those 2 numbers together. I'm going to add 17.50, 18.75, and because I'm adding, I line up my decimals, continue to do my addition, and I get $36.25. The decimal place is missing. Use estimation to figure out the answer. Well, I know in my multiplication, I have 2 numbers behind the decimal place, so I'm going to add my decimal place there. Except, when I look at that, that doesn't make sense. Because when I look at this, I have 11.25 multiplied by 5, so I know that that number is going to get bigger. So that does not work. It means when I do my multiplication, I must have a 0 at the end. So the other thing I can do is just, I'm going to round. So I have 11. I rounded my 11.24 to 11 multiplied by 5 equals 55. So I know that this is going to be close, so it's going to be 56.2 because that's close to 55. And then 24 divided by 3, I know that the answer to 24 divided by 3 is 8, so this is going to be 8.22 because I just rounded this number. Okay, so 8.22. And that is it. So what I would like you to do is go back and total up your answers. So we'll do this together. Turn back to the first page. We've already been through this. So it's out of 1 mark, multiple choice. Give yourself a mark. Question 2, give yourself a mark out of 1. Give yourself a mark out of 1. Give yourself a mark out of 2. And what I would like you to do where your 2 marks come from is 1 from having the decimal in the correct place and 1 from having the correct answer. Okay, so 1 for the decimal and 1 for having the number. Your hockey card's 1 mark just for the right answer. Your question here is 1 for having the right answer because it got, I divided and my number got bigger, which is incorrect, so give yourself 1 mark. 1 mark here, just for having the correct answer. 2 marks here, 1 for each, right? And make sure you put the decimal in the right spot in order to get your marks. So that leaves us with a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 marks. So give yourself a mark out of 10 on the front page, right? Just like here. Hopefully you got 10 out of 10. Your name goes here, and your grade 7.